and share the screen. Okay, now it's better. Well, as we talked yesterday, actually, about present tenses like present simple, present continuous, present perfect, that divided into two tense, present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. Yesterday we talked about present perfect simple, and now we're going to talk about present perfect continuous and compare them. So, as you can see, we have four tenses here. Of course, they're active tenses, and we have passive form of these tenses. For example, present simple passive or present continuous passive. Okay, so we have passive form of these tenses. About present simple, as we talked before, actually, we use it for regular habits or routines, something that you do normally. Permanent or lasting situation, for example, I don't know, something that you normally do, and personal facts or information, and something like this for jokes, for example, headlines, timetables. So we can use present simple. And there are some actually signal words or some signs for present simple, that adverbs of frequency is first and the most important. For example, always, never, usually, sometimes, often, hardly ever, seldom, rarely. They are adverbs of frequency that we normally use in present simple tense. And of course, for example, times of day and days, Tuesdays, or for example, Wednesday, Thursdays. Okay, so they are signal words of present simple. And the next one is present continuous. Okay, actions happening now or around now. That the most, actually, I can say the most common use, action happening right now. Or actually temporary actions. Temporary means it's not permanent, so for a short time, actions that actually are happening for a short time, not lasting for a long period, like present simple. And actually sometimes, like with knowing habits, sometimes, and of course it can be followed by, actually it can be included, for knowing habits, and we can use always sometimes with this time tense. Of course, I will give you some examples with this. And, at the moment, right now, and of course, currently this year, they are the signal words of present continuous. But actually, the most important part of our discussion is about present perfect. That, of course, we discussed that yesterday. Now we're going to continue the rest of our conversation and, of course, discussion about present perfect. So we talked about present perfect, that actually it emphasizes an action that maybe it started in the past and maybe it still continued to the present. But when we say present perfect simple, that is subject, have or has, and past participle of verb, actually we use this tense for completed actions or unspecific. Okay, it means the points in the past, okay, for example, how long, experience, okay, or completed action that started in the past and continued in the present, or that have a connection with the present so we can see its effects. And of course, there is another thing, that is to express that a completed action led to desired results. Okay, so they are the use of present perfect simple. Of course, that is really clear, because after this actually part, we will do some exercises and you will learn that is really easy to recognize these tenses. Of course, about present perfect simple and continuous, sometimes we can use both of them, so maybe it's a little confusing, but if you pay attention, you can find the answers correctly. About present perfect continuous, again, as I told you, this is continuous, so it emphasizes a duration. we can say, actually, we can use it to actually express a continuous course or action. For example, how much time? Okay. For example, I've been waiting for you since 10 a.m. It means actually a long action, a continuous action that started from morning till now. I've been waiting for you for long hours here. And so actually this is about, something in action is, and the action is normally is temporary. It's not lasting, it's not permanent, it's temporary. For example, for 10, I don't know, 10 hours. I've been waiting for you for 10 hours. So this is temporary. We have a finish point. And of course, how long since for the signal words, in present perfect continuous and present perfect simple can be actually in common. For example, since and for can be the same. But for example, when we have yet, when we have already, when we have still, when we have so far, actually they mean that we need to use present perfect simple. So these signals are important. So if you want to know, already, yet, still, just, so far, and lately, recently, for instance, and never ever, all my life, all my life. This is permanent, all my life. And of course, for example, how many times? Once, twice, or for example, 3 times. They are the signal words of present perfect simple. About present perfect continuous, of course, we can use how long, since, and for we can use. And when we say, for example, all day, all week, all morning, it means permanent, okay? Or the whole day, actually, day signal words indicates that we need to use present perfect continuous, okay? Now, let's check. Okay. Yeah, I explained a lot. Okay, so we have some examples here. Just before it, let's do some exercises together. Okay, this one is okay. Let's do according to the actually explanation of and the definition of present perfect simple and continuous. Let's do this part, but as you know, structure of present perfect continuous, okay, we have, has, been, and ing form of verb. But about simple, have, has, and past participle. So there is a difference between structure between these two. Now, it's your turn. Let's do fill in the gaps with the correct form of the verb. The first one.
She is a fantastic swimmer, but she has never won.
Won. Yeah. She's never won. Excellent. Number
Yeah.
2.
Peter uh, has visited. Peter has visited.
Yeah, very good. So many American cities so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Simple. Number 3.
Uh, I need a rest. I have uh, run.
Oh, okay. Okay. You say, yeah, of course. You can use here. You can use both of them. If you still running, you can say, I've been running. But if completed action, if it's finished, you can say, I have run. Yeah, of course. You can say. Number 4.
How long have you wait for me? How long have you wait waited for me?
Okay, how long have you waited? You say just 10 minutes. It means I've been waiting for 10 minutes here and now I'm here and you are asking me. So this is a continuous action started in the past till present. So it's better to say, how long have you been waiting for me? You can say, yeah?
How long have you been waiting?
And
Look, somebody has breaking
broken,
broke
broken.
broken has broken. Uh, yeah, because I still think about we have four parts four grammar sentences here, right? Present simple, present continuous, present
No,
perfect.
here we only need to use present perfect simple or continuous. In this exercise, we only need to use these two tenses.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's present perfect and present perfect continuous, right?
Yeah, of course.
Mm, so I have been learned English for 2 years and my English is improving.
I have been learning. When you have been, this is active form of present perfect continuous. Subject, have or has, been an ing form of verb. So I have been learning.
Yeah,
I've been learning.
okay. Yeah. So that's why yesterday I asked you about because before I usually usually speak usually say I have been learning English for a long time, and yesterday I confused when when we learn about present perfect and we just have I have been learned.
No, I have been learned. No, as I told you, have been learned is different, definitely different. Okay, have been learning. Okay, I have been learning. This is continuous, or I have learned. If, for example, if your action is completed action, it means you have learned English for 3 years, but now you're not learning. Okay, you say I have learned. But if you're still learning English, you say, I have been learning English for 4 years. It means actually it's continued to in the present. So I say, I have been learning. Okay, so you can
Oh,
see. But sometimes, as I told you, in some cases, we can use both of them. So, but here, this is present perfect continuous.
okay.
Okay.
You look sweetie. Have you cut the grass?
Okay. The
Have
graph.
you cut?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Have you? Yeah, of course. And my sister.
My sister uh my sister has been living.
Mhm. My sister in a house all her, yeah, all her life. Okay, very good.
Tired.
But now let me
Yeah.
okay.
It is it
When
is
you
right.
say, okay, let me say something. As I told you, when we have, let me show you something. The signal words, we need to pay attention, okay? All her life, okay? All her life. When we're talking about all our life, we use present perfect simple. So my sister has lived in a house all her life. It's better to use present perfect simple.
Mm, because I think she still lives there.
Okay, this is, as I told you, let me say something. Let me say something. Maybe actually you get confused about this. When we say something is permanent or temporary, of course, when we say one use is to talk about something that actually, started in the past and continued in the present. Okay, so that, but pay attention. That is temporary. It's not forever. When we want to actually talk about something permanently, it means all over the time, forever, we use present perfect simple. And so this is all her life, present perfect simple.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. Number six, number nine. I'm tired.
Number nine. I'm tired. I have play played football all morning.
Okay. So I have, now here we have all morning. When we say all morning, all day, okay. A temporary time, you did actually continuous action, you can use present perfect continuous. So I'm tired, I've been playing football all morning.
Continuous, but
Continuous.
it's continuous now.
It's continuous. Okay, so let me say something. For example, actually, when we say I'm tired, I've been playing football all morning. Number one, the rule number one, it may actually be morning, still morning. For example, I started now, it's noon, it's close to morning. And so, all these hours I've been playing. So say this is a continuous action, temporary, and it has the signal all morning. This is the signal of continuous all morning, all day.
Hmm. Oh, how is confusing.
No. Let me say something. When you got, okay, let me say something. When you want to express how much time is spent on something, doing something, you use continuous. How much time? It means all morning. How much time? Okay, so we use, because of this is a rule. When we're going to express the time that we spend doing something, we use continuous form of present perfect. This is how much, of course, all morning time.
Hmm. Yeah, your eyes look red. Uh, have you uh, been to eye specialist?
Very good. Have you been to excellent? 11.
What a lovely smell. Uh, has has baked. No. Has is, I don't know. What's lovely smell?
Okay.
Has bakes a cake.
Have you? No. This is don't think of passive voice because it's confusing for you. Okay, I'm asking you. Have you baked a cake? Yeah. What lovely smell. Have you baked a cake? Huh?
Mm.
So something. Yeah, of course. Have
Oh,
you baked?
yeah. It means maybe I bake a cake
Yeah,
now,
of course. You
and
cooked,
you
and
come
now I
and
can
ask
smell.
me. Okay.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
Have you baked a cake? Okay. Sarah has phoned me twice this morning.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Yeah.
Uh, have you written? Have you written email?
Written.
Written.
First of all, that is written. First of all, that is written. But all mornings, all week, all day, signal word, continuous, like
Yeah.
football morning, so continuous.
Yeah.
So, have you been writing?
Yeah. I've been writing. Yes. I've been writing.
And the last one, Sue.
Sue. Sue has bought a new computer.
Very
She like it.
good. Excellent. Very good. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, yeah,
Wait a minute. I want to. Uh, I need a water.
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Please wait.
Of course.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm here.
Well, okay. So, do you have any questions related to the sport?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay. So
just
we have.
not.
So I will send these two worksheets to you. Okay. So you can have them, and I want you to do the second part at home then. But now I'm going to teach you some maybe tips or some important points related to present perfect. Just let me close this too. Okay. Well, the first thing that you need to pay attention, as you know, we use, for example, she's instead of she has in present. For example, she's invited, she's lived. But, as you know, we use she's instead of she is. So you need to pay attention between these two because sometimes, for example, you don't know if it's she's present perfect or she's present continuous or present simple. So you need to pay attention. When she's indicates present continuous, it should be followed by gerund or ing form of verb. She's living. If she's actually indicates or mentions present simple, it should be followed by noun. She is a teacher. She's, or an adjective. She's perfect. Okay. So if we have an adjective or a noun after she's, it means present simple. That is, she is present simple. If we need to put ing, that is present continuous. And if we have past participle, it means present perfect. Now, we have the verb been, past participle, and we can actually use it. We could use it with been and say been in and been to. What's the difference between been in and been to? For example, I've been in Canada. I've been to Canada. What's the difference? I've been in Canada and I've been. When you say I've been to Canada, we use preposition to. It means we're talking about a journey, a trip, short time. But when you say I've been in Canada, it means, something what we're expressing to stay. We stayed for a while, for a long time. Maybe we lived. Okay, so I've been in Canada. Stay. And now we have the verb been and gone that sometimes actually can be used in the same situation. So for example, we say, have you been to Paris? Or have you gone to Paris? Have you been or have you gone? Sometimes we can use both of them interchangeably, so actually you may make mistakes. But there is a difference when you say been to or gone to. Been is past participle of to be, be, am is are, and gone is past participle of go. Now, first of all, preposition should be to because we're talking about journey, a trip. But what's the difference? When, for example, say, have you been to Paris? It means actually you completed your action. What does it mean? You went to Paris, you returned to your hometown here, and now we are talking about your experience, completed action. When you say, oh, have you gone to Paris? It means you're still in Paris. It's not finished, You say, have you gone to Paris? It means you went, but you're still in Paris. So that's actually, this is a difference between been to and gone to. Okay?
Okay. Clear.
Any questions?
No.
Great. Well, let me clean the board, raise it, and let's get started on book. Okay, as I remember, we had the listening section that we need to continue with this listening section, and now so these questions about listening full 3 for executives are discussing changes to company working practices. Listen to the meeting and answer these questions. Ready?
Okay.
Great. Wait a moment. Instead of wait, sometimes, for example, you say, wait me, wait, for example, wait a moment. For example, I need to drink water. Hold on is better. Of course, you can use both of them, but hold on is better than hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on, yeah. Okay. 4, 3, yeah, of course.
Recording 4.3.
Can we move on to the next point? The open plan office. Nancy, would you like to begin?
I like the idea. It's good for communication. People see each other at the office. It's good for team spirit too. There's more interaction between people and people work harder when they're on display.
I'm not sure I agree with you there. With open plan offices, there's a problem of privacy.
Okay, Max, thanks. Stefan, what do you think?
I agree with Max about privacy. What if you want to have a private conversation or make a private phone call?
Well, I suggest we use meeting rooms for private conversations or calls.
Meeting rooms? Yes, that's true. I suppose
Could I
you
just say something? I don't think it works.
Let Stefan finish, please.
Well, I'm not happy about it. I don't think we should have a vote about it now. I mean, I think we need a report or an extra survey done about this.
How do you mean, an extra survey? Are you saying we need to bring in a consultant?
No, I was thinking of someone inside the company.
Okay. I think a report is probably better. I propose that someone prepares a report on the open plan idea by, say, the end of the month? Is everyone agreed?
Yes, fine.
Right.
Right. Can we move on to the next item on the agenda? Hot desking. Max.
Frankly, I was shocked to see the proposal about hot desking. I don't think it's a good idea at all. It will upset people, and it just won't work.
Okay. How do you feel about it, Nancy?
I'm pretty sure hot desking won't work unless we have an open plan office. I don't think hot desking works in closed offices.
Sorry, I don't follow you, Nancy. What exactly are you saying?
What I mean is, we could change to an open plan system, but I'm against introducing hot desking now. It's not good to change everything too quickly. Staff need time to get used to changes.
Well, okay, so let's answer the questions. Why does Nancy think the open plan office is a good idea?
I heard she said that it's a good communication and team spirit. Yeah, team
Of
spirit.
course. Teamwork, of course, she said, something like, and she said interaction between, yeah, she talked about interaction between people. Do you know the meaning of interaction or interaction? Do you know?
I heard that many times, but I don't really know.
Of course, actually, this is, the activity of talking to people, for example, or working together. This is interaction. For example, we talk together, we work together. It's something, like the process by actually which two persons, maybe two things, affect each other by talking, by working. This is interaction. This is noun. And the word, actually the verb interact, it comes from the verb interact and the adjective interactive.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, number two. Why two of people against introducing an open plan office?
I heard that two people against because they think it's not good for some private jobs.
Problems of privacy, you mean?
Yeah, privacy.
Privacy, of course. Very good. Number three, what proposal or plan is going to deal with the problem mentioned?
I heard that the men suggest they can have a meeting room for privacy issue. I mean, privacy meeting.
Mhm. Uh, about about something like about report. Did you hear something related to report is
Yeah,
done by someone?
as they want to hear other opinion, like people inside company.
Yeah, of course. And number four, why is Max against hot desking?
Mm, I I forgot, but I try to remember the man said because horse desking is not good
Mhm.
for I don't remember, like for team. Yeah, I forgot.
Okay, you forgot. Why is Max against hot desking? Actually, it may make people unhappy. Do you know the meaning of hot desking? Let's talk about it. Do you know the meaning of hot desking?
I just think is like mm, round table, right?
No, no, no. Let me say something. Because of this, actually, because of definition of hot desking, actually, people will be unhappy because actually, hot desking is something like organizational system in actually workplace or maybe in I don't know workspace that all desks, okay, are used by different people in different times. For example, now you are using your desk. After you, I can use your desk. Of course, the aim and the reason actually of this hot disking is to maximize space efficiency and lessen real estate risk. For example, all people who are working in a company, in a actually corporation, can use the same place, the same desk. And of course,
Yeah.
you may don't like.
Yes, I know. I know I understand your explain, but I mean horse desking in my company. In my company, we have some horse desking because we have some position. They are trainer and they are not uh, they are not at the office every day. I mean, they can they maybe travel to other places to take a course training,
Mhm.
so they don't work. They don't work at
Yeah,
office. So we we uh, set up some horse stacking. They
yeah,
can do their job as sometime when they come to head office, but
yeah,
after they move to another branches, we
yeah.
and other employee can come and use it.
Of
So
course.
I mean, that's why my answer is not good for teamwork because
Mhm.
they feel it's not
Of course.
uh, it's yeah. maybe
Of course.
it's not. It's not. It's it's maybe not really exactly, but I mean, they feel they they are another from other places come. I don't know.
Yeah. Of course, about maybe it has some advantages and disadvantages, maybe some good point, bad points. Of course, the first thing of course, this is a flexible seating arrangement, that allows employees, visitors, of course, to book and use a desk for any time during the day. But maybe as you told, maybe it's not really good for teamwork. Maybe it can make people unhappy, I think. So I do agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, and what change in walking practices does Nancy want?
Mm, Nancy one. Oh, maybe.
You couldn't hear?
Yeah.
Okay, no
Maybe
matter. Yeah.
too many people discuss, and I don't really know focus what's
Mhm.
fancy or what's
Yeah, of
what.
course. Of course. Well, so you couldn't hear this part, but it's okay. So let's talk about the next part. Then, of course, we need to listen again because we need to do this part. So you can find the answer of the last question. Well, we have some useful phrases, useful actual statement that we can use. For example, if we're gonna interrupt someone, I don't know, who is speaking, or if we're gonna ask for clarification when we don't understand, don't figure out what someone says. And if we want to clarify and actually make something clear for someone, so we can use some statement. If we're going to deal with interruptions, okay, so for example, someone interrupts us and we're going to actually deal with this interruption, and making proposals, plans, and rejecting. Sometimes we're going to reject some plans. Okay, so as you can see, there are some phrases here. For example, for interruption, could I just say something? No, I interrupt you, or excuse me, but could I just say, there are, I can say, formal, informal, polite, impolite ways to interrupt someone's speech, so that you will learn. But now we're going to listen to this actually audio again, and I want you to pay attention first to the answer of last question, and then take the expressions that you hear during the listening, okay?
Okay.
Good.
Recording 4.3.
Can we move on to the next point? The open plan office. Nancy, would you like to begin?
I like the idea. It's good for communication. People see each other at the office. It's good for team spirit too. There's more interaction between people, and people work harder when they're on display.
I'm not sure I agree with you there. With open plan offices, there's a problem of privacy.
Okay, Max, thanks. Stefan, what do you think?
I agree with Max about privacy. What if you want to have a private conversation or make a private phone call?
Well, I suggest we use meeting rooms for private conversations or calls.
Meeting rooms? Yes, that's true. I suppose
Could I
you
just say something? I don't think it works.
Let Stefan finish, please, Max.
Well, I'm not happy about it. I don't think we should have a vote about it now. I mean, I think we need a report or an extra survey done about this.
How do you mean, an extra survey? Are you saying we need to bring in a consultant?
No, I was thinking of someone inside the company.
Okay. I think a report is probably better. I propose that someone prepares a report on the open plan idea by, say, the end of the month. Is everyone agreed?
Yes, fine.
Right.
Right. Can we move on to the next item on the agenda? Hot desking. Max.
Frankly, I was shocked to see the proposal about hot desking. I don't think it's a good idea at all. It will upset people, and it just won't work.
Okay. How do you feel about it, Nancy?
I'm pretty sure hot desking won't work unless we have an open plan office. I don't think hot desking works in closed offices.
Sorry, I don't follow you, Nancy. What exactly are you saying?
What I mean is, we could change to an open plan system, but I'm against introducing hot desking now. It's not good to change everything too quickly. Staff need time to get used to changes.
Okay. So, could you find the answer of last question?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was that?
I heard she says she don't want to change quickly.
Yeah, of course. Quickly, but she wants to change. She wants, but not quickly
Not
because.
Yeah, because um, not to change quickly. Oh,
Maybe because open plan office and hot desking or against at present. Yeah, maybe.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
of course. So very good. Well, what did you hear? Tell me which phrases that could you hear during the listening and interrupting?
Interrupting, could I just say something?
Okay. Asking for clarification.
Mm, uh, how do you mean?
How do you
What?
mean? Very good.
Yeah, what exactly are you saying?
Of course.
And sorry, I don't follow you.
Mhm. Of course. Sorry, I don't follow you. Okay, and clarifying.
Clarifying is to what I mean is what I am saying is yeah.
I was thinking of, I heard something like this. No, I heard something like this. I'm not sure, of course. And dealing with interruption.
Um, let Stefan finish, please.
Excellent. Making proposals.
Hold on. No. Just a moment.
Yeah, of course. I heard something. Just a moment, you heard. I didn't hear, but that's okay. Now for making proposals, I know what phrases could you hear.
How about?
How about I didn't hear? Sure. I heard I suggest something like this, and we could. I heard this too. We could. I suggest something
Yeah,
like
we
this.
could. I heard we could, but I success. I success. Oh yeah, the man says I success a
Of,
meeting room
of
for private.
course. Of course. And rejecting proposals.
Uh, so I'm not sure I agree with you there. That's
Mhm.
one work. Uh, yes, I yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, of
To
course, and the last, I think, the last thing that, the girl said, well, I'm not happy about it, something like this, because it's, I think it's not a good idea for present time, something like this for her. So, well, I'm not happy about it, can be. Of course, let me briefly talk about this because we don't have much time. So, interrupting. Actually, we have two statements to express, to interrupt someone, but I think we need to use, especially for business language, we need to use more formal and more polite statements or phrases. The first thing, for example, you can say, before we move on to the next point, may I add? So before we move on to the next point, may I add? And you can say, for example, I add something. Okay, so the first thing that you can say that I think is better. Or, for example, you can say, do you mind if I jump in here? Do you mind if I jump in here so it's better than? It's,
you
could
mind?
I just say something is good, but actually I think, and just may I add something? You can say something like this. You can use these phrases, the same phrases to actually that or actually maybe polite and more formal than, of course, all the phrases. These two phrases are good, but of course we can add some other alternatives. Okay, my dear Zia, any questions, any issues related to this part? Anything that you didn't catch, something that you want to ask me?
No, honestly, I am not so. I don't focus enough today.
Oh, why? Why you're not focused? Why?
Was here. I mean, it's like it's will be harder and harder step
Yeah.
by step. I mean, yeah, maybe I need to read it before we start class, or and read it again after class. I think it's not very difficult, but
No, of course not.
like it's
Okay, let
too
me
much for
teach you
me.
something.
Yeah.
Let me teach you something. Actually, maybe a reading method. You don't need to actually review and study the lesson that we study in class after class. But there is another way that helps you to memorize everything perfectly in the best way. Just let me stop recording because we don't need it anymore.